gentlemen, today I'm doing a guitar lesson for Roses Are Free by Ween, another one off Chocolate and Cheese. This one's in standard tuning, it's pretty simple. Structurally it's very simple, chords are very simple, but there's of course the solo and stuff is a fan favorite because it's very weird and very carnival sounding, and then it just rocks out with that big lick. Anyway, I'm going to teach all that, but it is worth saying that on the way they play it live is similar to how they play it on the album, but there's a lot of effects, you know, a lot of effects going on the album. So if you hear a lot of extra guitar stuff, that's probably because I think there's a lot more use of clean guitar than distorted guitar, that they usually just go ahead and make the guitar distorted when they play it live. Anyway, let's talk about structure first. So the verse is just going to be a B flat major, followed by an A flat major. And he's going to do that pulse, right? That's the rhythm. Right? So hit and then mute and then hit and mute. So, you know, you see how I sort of let the pressure off on my left hand? You know, you don't want it to go like, you can do that, that's fine, but what they're really doing is just, right? So that's the idea. And you can also, I think, when Dean does it live, he does it like this, the Hendrix thing that I've mentioned a whole bunch of times. But, you know, just barring it works fine. And then he does this little lick. You hear that coming a lot on the album version of this, like, clean guitar with a phaser effect playing that. I have a phaser on my guitar, by the way. And well, he does that live, of course, and that's really just an E-flat chord, E-flat major chord, which you can also play here. In fact, you can play the riff here, which is on the 6th and 8th frets on those 3 strings. It's the exact same thing as up here. And if, you know, especially if you're playing it like this, down here, I mean, that's right there. It's a lot closer than up here. You have to kind of slide up for that. But that's definitely what Dean's doing. Whenever they play it live, they do it like that. Right? And that's the verse. And then the chorus is just chords. So the chords are F major, and then G minor, and then A flat major, B major, sorry, A major, and then B flat major, and then just that again. Of course, you can still do it like the Hendrix. Just make sure to get that minor thing instead of the major. He kind of arpeggiates that, I noticed, live on that last chord when he kind of lets it out and it leads back into the chorus, right? So he kind of does that. So anyway, I guess on to the solo now. Of course, the solo is split into 2 parts. The first part, which is this really neat thing, it kind of starts with this carnival sounding thing, is what everyone likes to call it as. On the original recording, it's a clean guitar, definitely like neck pickup. It might be breaking up a little bit, but he just plays it distorted when he does it live. And he does it a little bit different ways when he does it live, but I'm teaching what he does on the recording. So it is this. Let me turn up my phaser. We're starting up here on the G string, 14th to 15th, hammering on that and the B string, right? So then we're going 12, 13 to 15 on the E, and a tiny bit of vibrato on that if you can get that in there, just like that, and then back down like that. So. And then we go up here to the, what is that, 18th to 17th on the E. So 18, 17, then up to 19th on the, well, sorry, what was it? 18, 19, 20, 20th fret on the B string, so and then, all right, so that's 20 to 19 on the G there. And then he does this. Actually, he's picking those. All right, so that's, sorry, 17 to 18, and 17 to 18 again. We're just going down the strings here. So 17, 18, 17, 18, 18 to 19, and then 19 to 20 on the D. And then he does the same thing again, except he hammers them on, so. And then he does this, which is just 19 to 20 on the A, except he hammers it on and pulls it back off, right? So don't just go. You can definitely hear he's going. So pull it back off, and then he does this, which is just a little tug on the right. It's like a half step bend up, right? So, on the 15th of the A, and then he goes back down to the 13th of the A. Now, to be fair, you can also go from here, from there, you can go back down here, because that's where the rest of the lick is going to be. This is where the rest of the solo is going to take place, is in this region. I might as well turn on distortion. So yeah, if you want to, it makes a lot more sense than to go down here and go. If you just want to make it a little bit more consistent, you just do that, right? So, I mean, I think it sounds fine. Of course, you can just play it lower than that. Now, for the rest of the solo, it's going to be this, which definitely a lick everyone remembers after hearing the song. Right, so that's the basic lick, right? We're going to slowly bring that up, then bring it back down, and then hammer that on, and pick both of those, and then do that again, and add a little vibrato on that note. And the first time he just holds that note, right? And of course, live he likes to add in stuff every once in a while, but like I remember there's one bit where he goes. He just adds in noise or something like that live, but definitely when he's playing this on the recordings, sometimes he just holds it like that. And then the other kind of lick that he does is right? So that's so it starts off with the same lick up to there, and then he goes. All right, so just hammering on the D string, and then for one of those times, I think it's really just only one of those times on the recording, he does a double stop there instead of just hitting that, he goes. So both of those, right? So, but it really doesn't matter, right? I just like to add that in every once in a while, just randomly almost. And then, right? And that's basically what he does. He just does that again, those two licks, and then after ending it, he does this, which this goes along with the chords, right? Right? So this is after. All right, so we're gonna end there on the 5th of the G. And he's gonna hit these and then slide them up. So right, so make sure to slide that up after you hit it. Up one whole step, and then the rest of it's half steps. He doesn't slide those last couple up, just the first like couple. And you know he hits that last one a few times. You can add in vibrato if you want. He definitely likes to. And then, so that happens, and then at the end of the solo, he does this kind of thing. And that's, you know, that's just him alternating. He could also just be bending up. Either way you want to do it. And then he kind of does that again at the end of the song when it does that last climb up. He ends it with that lick. So it starts out the same way. And then when we get up to this, it goes. Alright, so. Sorry. Sliding up to the 13th. And then back up to the 15th. And then. Right? It's pretty self-explanatory. Then he slides back down, and then he basically just does some other variant of that at the end of the solo, and that's when it fades out. So that's basically all the parts. I'm glad I could do this song. It's a classic. It's a great song, very catchy, very fun to play. I think Diener said it's one of his favorite songs to play live, and I mean, you guys can certainly see why. It's just a fun song. I love the album version and when they play it live. It's just a great tune, and I'll be back with more songs in the near future. So take care.